So we are going to start the new unit about people. Okay, the people you know, the people I know, the people that we know. But first, let's start with the most basic vocabulary about people. So you have, let's say, people in a family or friends. What do you call what they have together?
Relatives
Close.
or close friends.
Okay, so
Or
relatives.
close family.
That's right. So you have, let's see, a husband,
Family members.
well, family members, it's good. Husband and wife, what do they have together? In general,
Marriage.
a marriage, and more general, also a boyfriend and a girlfriend.
Relationship.
Relationship. Okay, so relationship is very general. Like can be a marriage, like Ada was saying, that's correct. It can be, Emily was talking about, siblings and, different people. Okay, that's a relationship too. Okay, perfect. And so then we have a lot of relationships, right? Between, you say relationship between, not relationship of people, relationship between people. Okay, why? Because it's what you have in the middle, what you share. The husband has, you share a relationship. So it's a relationship between, okay, the people. All right, and so now you have the family, that's basic English. We don't need to go over father, mother, brother, sister. What do you call everyone that is not in the nuclear family, but
Cousins,
and in general, you call
ancestors, I don't know, for example, relatives.
Relatives is a good one, but in general, you call it something family, not immediate family, but
Extra family.
extraordinary, yeah, or extended.
Extended.
Wow.
I never heard that.
So you have your immediate family or your nuclear family, and then the extended. Okay,
Nuclear. Wow, it's like nuclear bombs.
that's right. That's right. Okay, perfect. All right.
People.
And what do you call the people that are like in one age group? So let's say
Close family.
let's say it's 25 years. 25 years.
Generation.
A generation.
Exactly. So we have different generations in a family. Okay, right? So it's your generation, and the grandparents of a different generation. The kids are a different generation. Okay, good. And so now, for example, you have an aunt and an uncle, right? So you are there. You're not the children. You are the
Nephews and nieces.
nephew. Okay, and niece, right? Okay, so we just have to review some of these. Okay, we talked about relatives, good, or people that you are related to. It's extended family. You can call them relatives. We already did this one, relatives. Okay, now what do you call someone who has the one parent that's the same and one parent that's different? That one's
Stepbrothers,
stepbrothers, that they don't have any blood connection.
Middle, no, half.
Yeah, half brother.
Okay.
And 50% same, say 50% the same blood, same father, same mother. And then the other one, Ara, what did you say?
Have son, have sister.
Half brother, half sister. Before that, you said something.
It's something
Uh,
like not biological.
What's not biological, but they're still your brothers. And you still, yeah.
middle. Okay. I don't remember.
Like, I mean, usually it's biological parents, and for example,
But right now, I'm talking about brothers and sisters.
oh,
They
like step.
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 I said that we were talking like about like when, like, I don't know, like when you have like a biological mother, but not a biological father, the way you call it.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, that comes later. That comes later. So this one right here is just the basics. Okay, good. Step by step. So now, okay, and we're going to do the first exercise right here, which is going to be very interesting. All right, so here you have the basic vocabulary, which is good. Now we are ready for our warm-up. Okay, our warm-up so that we can start speaking in English, right? And about,
What page is it?
this is going to be page 105. Okay, so we're going to talk about this one. Okay, you're going to talk about the people in the photo. So look at these people, these men right here. Okay, the boys. And then the second picture right here. So what is there? What is there the relationship? What do you think the relationship is between the people in the photo? What advantages and disadvantages of living with your extended family? So some immediate family, it's normal, but sometimes some people live with the extended family. Okay, and who are the oldest and youngest people in your family? You can talk about immediate family or extended family. Okay, so you're going to talk about this right now, and then you're going to ask your partner these questions. Okay, so lives who in your family lives with one or lives with more than one generation of their family. Okay, so think about people. Someone who has the most brothers and sisters. Okay, so ask about brothers and sisters, ask about nephews, nieces, ask about the oldest relative, half brother, half sister, step brother, step sister. Okay, and family members living in a different country. Okay, so talk about this. Okay, and that's it. And if you're finished, you can always ask extra questions related to the family, related to things like that. Okay. So let's join our partner here for this conversation.
David, what is the page?
Oh yes, yeah. Let me see. I can send it to you here in the chat if you want. It's going to be 105 and 106, but you can 104. Let's see, 104, 105. Well, it's there. It's like 3 pages. Okay, very good. And then we will join our partner to discuss this. All right, hi,
Hello, David.
Hi, so let's discuss this one. So let's look at the pictures or the people in the pictures. What do you think the relationship is between them?
So I think they are family, and I see a child in the first picture, and the man who is touching the child can be a direct family, and
Like dad, you mean? Oh, hello, hello.
I guess the man. Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I think we got disconnected there, but now it's good.
Okay. So I was speaking that the man could be a grandma. I
Grandpa?
think. Yes, grandpa. Sorry, grandpa. And I think there's a 2 generation difference. Is it two?
About 2, so about 50 years.
Yes. So one is for 25 years, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's normal.
Yes. So generation difference, I think.
And what about like in the second part of the picture that's on the second?
A second picture. Okay.
Yeah, well, actually, it's the same picture, but it's under,
Mm-hmm. Okay. And in the picture 2, I see a man. He's holding probably his child. And for this one, it could be a dad. I guess he's in the 30s. So I guess there's only 1 generation difference. Yes, and the man could be a son of 2 men in the picture number 1.
I see. So that's like the grandpa, and then the son is the second one, right? The one in blue.
Yes.
The one in blue is the son. Then the grandson is the one with brown with a hat.
Wait. I think I think the man wearing a hat is the son of grandpa.
I see.
Sorry. Is the son of 2 men in the picture 1.
I see. And the 2 men in picture 1, they're in a relationship. It's like you think it's a modern,
Yeah.
it's a modern relationship, or
I think the man wearing orange jacket or t-shirt is probably that of the man in the hat,
I see.
because the picture continues, and I think the man wearing hat is next to the man wearing orange t-shirt.
That's right. That's right. So he's the son. I see. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. And so what are the advantages and disadvantages of living with your extended family? So not your parents, your brothers, sisters, but your cousins and your uncles and
That's a good question.
so just remember that's a good question.
Good question, yes. I think the advantage for the extended family could be that they have a different personalities, because they are not direct family but extended family. And next thing, how to say, what could be advantage?
Maybe talk about the practical things, with the kids, or maybe with money, or with doing housework, like preparing food and sharing things. What do you think?
Yes, but it could be advantage for your direct family, so I don't see any difference. Maybe a disadvantage, that you don't have the same relationship as with your family. Maybe you don't speak often with them. And what could be another reason? Of course, if you live with extended family in your house, you can share the prices.
Right.
so you can help each other.
Right.
Mm,
And there's more, there's a sense of community, right? There's like, you know, you share a lot of things, you talk, there's always people around, you're never alone.
yes,
Nowadays, everyone's alone.
and the parties are bigger
That's right.
probably, and
That's true.
you don't feel alone because you have your family who can support you each time.
Exactly. Exactly. Perfect. And who are the oldest and youngest people in your family?
My oldest is my grandma.
Mhm.
She's 82 years old. Yes, but she's really lively.
Mhm.
She loves to sing and she speaks sometimes too much,
Yeah.
but it's really fun to be with her
I see. She
because
has a lot of stories.
yes, she has a lot of stories.
Stories from communism or from what, you know, what are her main stories?
Yes, some of communism. Uh, she told me a lot about how she lived, how difficult it was to live in communism control. Um, but she told me she was drunk for the first time when I was born
Wow.
because I was the first man in the family
And so,
as a grandson.
oh, wow. And so before that, she never had anything to drink. Wow.
Yes, that's true.
And why did she drink for you? Was it to celebrate or was it
Yes,
tradition?
because she felt happy.
Mhm.
Um, I remember she has 3 daughters,
Mhm.
and that's why she felt happy when I was born. And before my cousins, I have 2 cousins, like a woman. That's why she was really happy about
Oh,
my birth.
nice. How old is she when
Mm,
60 something? No, how old are you?
no,
You're like
32. I am
okay.
32 right now,
50.
so probably in 50s. I was born in her 50s, I think. Yes.
Wow. Wow. Well, that's big. And was that the only, did she start drinking after that?
No, of course, she drinks, but occasionally. But when I was born, she drank too much, as I heard.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's a Slovak tradition, right?
Yes,
The palenka, the slivovica.
yes, we drink every time on every party, family. And last week I was in Slovakia, so we were drinking a lot because my mom had the 60
Oh,
the
wow.
60 birthday. That's why we were celebrating a lot of people. And
Well,
yes.
interesting. Interesting. Okay, good. So I'll tell you a little bit about mine.
Mhm.
So let's see, advantages and disadvantages. I think I told you. Okay. I think the people here in the picture, there's I think it's probably like maybe dad. The old man is like the dad of everyone, then his son, and maybe the other son is like from his second marriage or something, kind of
Mhm.
like because there's the 2 men, there's like 3 men, and one of them is super old, the other one is a little bit old, and the third one is young. Like so it's probably like 70, 50, and maybe 30. So it could be 3 generations,
Mhm. Mhm.
but maybe it's, you know, like half brothers or so, or step brothers or something. And an advantage and disadvantage I told you. And the oldest and youngest people in my family, the oldest is my grandma. She's going to be 95. She's 94 now. In September, she'll be 95. And she's the yeah, from her generation, she's the last one. Then it's my mom's generation, all my uncles, they're like in their 60s. Then it's us, and I have cousins that are a little bit older that are like 40s, 50s. And then the youngest one is probably my sister's baby, who's less than one.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that almost 100 years difference
Wow.
between the oldest and the youngest. 100 years, 4 generations. Good. Okay. So do you know anyone who lives with more than one generation of their family?
More than one generation in my family. Actually,
Or
yes.
or friends, anybody?
Yes. As I mentioned, I had 2 cousins, a woman, and they live very close by our house. Only it's maybe 100 meters away.
Mhm.
And there's my cousin with a newly born child,
Mhm.
and they are living together with my cousin's mother.
Oh, I see. The cousin's mother. Okay. So your aunt.
Yes,
Ah.
yes, my aunt.
I see. I see. Okay. Okay. So yeah, there's 2 generations in that.
Yes,
house.
2 generations. Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
That's good. But that's a good balance, I think. It's when you start getting to 3 or 4 generations in the same house that it's a lot, right?
Yes,
I
everyone
know.
is different.
Yeah.
Uh,
In Italy and Greece, it's normal to have, grandparents, the parents of the kids, and sometimes the great grandparents, the grandparents, the parents, and the kids. In the same house.
I cannot imagine living together in one house.
Yeah, it would be very hard. And so, who do you know? Who has the most brothers and sisters that you know?
Good question. Probably my friend where I was raised in central part of Slovakia, and I remember my friend in my age. He came. He has maybe 7 siblings.
Wow.
Yes, and they live in one house. So I remember it was quite difficult because when they went for to school, it was difficult to learn and study, focus on education.
Right.
Yeah, for me, it's just too much in one house. So many people living.
That is most of the time I have a lot of brothers, and so I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters. So normally I'm the one that has the most, because in our generation, it's 5 kids is too much.
Yeah.
Past it was normal. Now it's too much. Okay, and how many nephews and nieces do you have?
Now I'm trying to understand what is the niece and nephew.
Because you have a sister, right?
No, I don't have sister, only brother.
And
So
does your brother have any
no,
kids?
no.
Okay, so technically, I guess you don't have nephews,
Yes.
and nieces, but you could say maybe a second nephew or second niece, which is if you have cousins and they have kids, then
Yes. So yes. Only my 2 cousins, they have children, and I think they have now 4.
4.
For one has 2 sons, and another one has one son and 1 daughter,
Wow. Okay.
and they are approximately in 3 years age. One has a 4, another one 3, 2. Yes.
I see. Okay. I have 6 nephews and nieces from my brothers. My sisters, actually all of them have 2. So my oldest brother has 2 daughters, Then my sister has a daughter and a son, and then my other sister has a son and a daughter.
Okay,
So,
that's a lot.
Yeah.
So every sibling has a
two.
child.
Yeah, but
Okay.
my brother and I, we're not married or we don't have kids.
Mhm.
So we're, but three of the five have two, and two. So they say that
Three
like
of-
each
okay.
generation, if we want to grow, it has to be more than the previous generation. So there were 5 kids in ours. So it's like a pyramid, right? So there's more
Yes.
under 6 nephews and then 5 kids. And so if you keep it like that, the family will grow. But nowadays it's inverted. You have, 4 grandparents and then 1 nephew, 1 niece, 1, So
Yeah,
that's,
it's very common.
it's common nowadays, yeah. And we talked about the oldest relative. Do you know anyone who has a half brother or half sister?
Have brother, have sister. Actually, I don't know anyone. That's interesting.
What about step brother, step sister?
Step was which meaning?
Oh, the step is that there's no blood connected. So there's like brothers, let's say,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, I understand. No, I don't know anyone
Wow.
for the step.
Interesting. In America, it's very common. A lot of half brothers, a lot of half sisters, because it's, a lot of people get divorced nowadays.
Mhm.
In Slovakia, it's more traditional. In America, it's like people just
Yes.
change like it's nothing. Like, oh, new husband, new wife, okay, get married 5 times, 6 times, no problem. So the kids, they end up, oh, he's my half brother, half sister, blah, 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 blah. And do you know anyone who has family members living in another country?
Family members living in another country. My cousin used to live abroad, like in Croatia.
Okay. All right, everyone. So hopefully you had a good long conversation. It's a big topic. So you need extra time to speak. Now share something that you learned from your partner. Not everything. Sometimes you like to give, 10-minute presentations, but right now you don't need to give a long presentation, just some short things that you understood. For example, I talked to Ferry. A very interesting thing he told me is that his grandma, she drank alcohol for the first time when Ferry was born, and the grandma was 50 years old. And before that, she didn't drink any alcohol. But when she was 50 and Ferry was born, she decided that it was time for her first drink. And so that was interesting. And that, and yeah, she's 82. She has really good stories about communism. And that was interesting, and yeah, and he had a cousin who lived in Croatia. And he doesn't, and also Ferry doesn't know any people who have half brothers, half sisters, step brothers, or step sisters. Because
The same with me. It's like Soviet Union, like taught us that it's not a correct thing. Right, Ferry?
Yes, that's true. It's not very common to have stepsisters. And
We
so on.
had super healthy families and we didn't have like divorces.
oh wow, yeah. Well, that's in America right now. There's a lot of divorces. So it's not good. Very, very bad. In Slovakia and in Russia, you did it the right way. So good. Now, Ferry, what was a couple things that I said.
Yes, you mentioned that the oldest family member is your grandma, and she's 96 years old, or 95
It's
plus.
going to be 95, yeah.
Yes. So you live in a 4-generation difference, and you also and can you hear me?
Yeah. You got disconnected for a little bit, but yeah, now we hear you again. Ferry, I think we're losing you. Ferry. Okay. So Ferry, if you can hear us, we can't hear you. You got disconnected. Okay, so we'll just move on. We'll move on and then we'll come back to Ferry. Okay, so let's see. Emily, what did Ada tell you?
Ara told me a lot of things. For example, when she started her own family with her husband, she needed to live with her nuclear family, like her mother and her dad and her sister. And she had the advantages and disadvantages because like when they clashed with each other a little bit, Ara was in the middle. And she told me even with that, she really enjoyed this time. And I don't know, it was a very positive time period for her. And also she mentioned when she got her youngest child, Alex, she was super, super happy, and he gave her the second wind of life. She wanted to be healthier for him. And right now she's surrounded by his classmates and some of I don't know, mothers of classmates of Alex. They are younger than Ara, but she doesn't feel it because I mean she has been taking care of herself.
Wow, that's great. Very
Yeah,
good.
the same, and it makes her happy.
Sure. So Ferry, you're back. So can you tell us finish what you were telling us, Ferry?
Yes, I wanted to say that you have 5 nephews. So you have 2 from your sisters and 1 from your brother.
Actually, 6. Yeah,
6.
yeah,
Oh,
2,
6.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, 6. Yes, it was 6.
Yeah, but you're right. There are 5 kids in my family. That's why. So I have 2 brothers.
Oh,
Good, Ferry, very good. And now, Ada, tell us, what did you learn about Emily?
Emily and I think very similar about the advantage and disadvantage of living with your extended family, because the advantage are we learn a lot of things about the extended family, and we receive a lot of love with them. But disadvantage are the couple. Sometimes they didn't have a space or didn't have privacy in their things. And this is the good or the bad things. And in her nuclear family, family, what?
And nuclear family.
Family, she, the oldest people is her mom, and the youngest is she.
So the oldest person.
Oldest person, okay. Oldest person is her mom, and the youngest person is she. And what else? She thinks the time throw very fast, and we need to be happy, and the generation it changed because people looks better than the another time and the another ancestors, and we have a lot of things to do in this time, but we don't have time because that time is thrown very fast.
There's no time. Very good, Ada. Good presentation. Okay, so now advanced vocabulary. Okay, so not beginner vocabulary, advanced vocabulary. Okay, so what do you call it if someone, they are very motivated to make money and want to get a better job and more money and famous, and they're hungry?
Hard worker, no.
That's a little bit different. It's not just the work, it's that they want to go higher.
Ambitious.
Ambitious. Okay, ambitious. Okay, very good. People who are ambitious. Now, sometimes ambitious people, but not necessarily, people that they like to win. They always want to win.
Competitive.
Yes, competitive. They are competitive. Okay, they want to win. Okay, now we also have the different one. Okay, when someone, their emotions, they're very easily offended. They can get offended easily, or you say anything to them and they get angry or they get sad.
Emotional or like sensitive?
Sensitive, yes. Okay, sensitive. Okay, that's a good one. Very, very good. Now the next one, okay. Some people say this is good, is when people, they don't say, oh, look at me, I'm so good, I'm so smart. No, they're like, oh no, I'm normal, They don't dress with bright colors and gold. They dress.
Like they're loyal or
That's a different one.
bright?
Humilde.
Humble, similar to humble.
Modest.
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 Oh, good
Modest.
word.
Yes, it's a good word, very good word, because it's, you're modest. You don't say, oh, look at me, you don't have all these crazy clothes, crazy, everything, you're modest, normal. You don't bring too much attention to yourself. Okay, perfect. Next one, okay. And what's another word for smart? Intelligent.
Clever.
Well, clever is a good one. Now this one is more advanced.
Brilliant.
A light, kind of like brilliant.
Bright.
Yeah, right. It can be like a bright light, but it can also mean smart. A smart person. Okay, now some smart people, there's a lot of ways that you can be smart. One way is that you make new things. Like musicians, they have to be or business people, they have to invent something. They don't just memorize, they are very creative. Okay, so they're creative. Okay, creative people. Okay, now if your personality is you have a lot of charisma, people like you, and you're like, oh, nice to meet you. Oh, nice. And people say that you are very
kind.
More than kind. Kind is
charming.
Charming. Charming. Charming is more than kind. Charming, it's about your personality, that you're very charismatic. You make people feel good when they meet you. They're like, oh, wow, they feel warm inside when they talk to you. That's charming. Okay. Now, another one here, when some people in some cultures, like the Germans, for example, or, yeah, the Dutch to Americans too, they say something, they don't say, oh, maybe this.
Straight.
Direct, straight, sí.
Straight,
Direct.
direct.
Direct,
Would say direct or direct.
direct.
How to pronounce it?
You can say both, they're both correct. Direct, like that's more American, direct.
Yeah. Mhm.
Direct, like directions, they're both correct. Different pronunciations. Okay. Now, some people, if they are very good, if there's problems and they are very good at negotiating, they say something.
Flexible.
No, they say the nice things. They
Diplomatic.
diplomatic. Someone is diplomatic, right? It's a very good quality. That means you know how to negotiate, you know how to talk to people. Okay, good. I think we covered all of them. Maybe, okay, maybe if you can trust someone, they always
Trustworthy.
trustworthy. It's the same.
Honest,
Now, they are always going to be with you. They will always protect you. They will always
Loyal.
loyal. Okay, good. So these are some of the vocabulary words that we're going to use now. We're going to practice your speaking and your reading. You're going to go to the next page, okay? And we're going to learn how to describe character in an advanced way. Advanced English, okay? Describe the character here. And so what you're going to do is you're going to read the sentence and you're going to choose one from the box that fits. So let's do one just so that you understand. Then these words right here and from this box go here. And these words from this box go here. Okay, so not very complicated. So for example, Ara, can you do one?
he's a great friend to have. He's very loyal, always there for you when you need him.
Good. And actually, since there's few people in the group today, we can do it together. Loyal. Okay, so like that, we don't have to check the answers later. We can just jump to the next one. Okay, Ferry?
Second, she's very bright or creative.
Exactly. She's very creative. Okay, Emily?
How do you pronounce? Sorry.
Creative.
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 He's one of the smartest guys I know. Just very clever, very bright.
Very bright. Okay, back to Ara.
Okay. She's always very she's always very calm and relaxed, even when everyone else is stressing about things.
Calm and relaxed. And remember here, it's not relaxed, it's relaxed.
Relaxed.
Relaxed, good. And Ferry.
Okay, he's very sensitive.
Good.
I mean, he gets upset very easily and he takes things very personally.
Good. And Emily.
Some people find her quite hard to get on with because she's so focused, so intense.
So intense. So intense, right? You're focused, you have a lot of energy, you're intense. Okay, good. So now the second part. Okay, of the advanced words. So Ara, your turn.
He's a very charming man. I mean, he's very popular with the ladies.
Okay, very charming. Very charming young man. Okay, good.
Okay. 8. She's always very diplomatic.
Mm,
She never upsets anyone or makes anyone angry.
that's right. That's right. Emily, next one.
She's very direct. She always says what she means.
Direct, yes. Ada?
He's highly competitive. He really pushes himself.
It can be competitive, but there's a better one.
Bueno, he's highly modest. He really pushes himself.
That's a
Oh,
different.
wow. No. Ah. Ambitions.
Ambitious. Yeah,
Um,
that's the best one. No, competitive is okay, but competitive, it's with other people. You want to win against other people. If it's with
Okay.
yourself, it's that you push yourself. That's
yes, I know.
okay. And fair.
He's very successful, but he's also incredibly modest.
Right.
He never shows off or anything.
Good. And Emily.
She's very sporty and very competitive. She always wants to win and she really hates losing.
That's right. Competitive. Okay. Very good. Great vocabulary work here. Okay. So what we're going to do now, I didn't hear any big problems with the pronunciation. Okay. But sometimes just focus on the stress. Okay. So for example, how do you say this word? Where's the stress in the, listen to the word. And where does it go up?
In the end,
Diplomatic.
Stress.
So, diplo.
In the team.
Is it
Diplomatic, like it's diplomatic.
Yeah, man. Here. Okay. So in Spanish and in Czech, I think Slovak, you have accents that says, hey, this one goes up. English, we don't have it. So some people say diplomatic or diplomatic, or diplomatique or diplomatic, but diplomatic, right? Okay. So for example, this one, which one? Where is it?
Sensitive, like the first syllable.
Yes, right. Okay, so Ada, can you do this one?
Creative.
Where is it? Where's the stress?
Creative. Creative. En la I, ¿no? Creative.
The first E?
Creative.
Is it
Creative.
creative? Is it creative? I'm very creative.
Creative.
Or
In the
create?
the first syllable.
Creative or creative? Creative.
Creative. In the second.
Yeah.
Creative.
Creative. Okay, good.
Okay.
Let's see. Ferry, what about this one?
competitive. In the end, competitive. No, compare in the second syllable.
Exactly. So it's kind of competitive, right? So you have to kind of visualize like like as if it's music. Competitive, not competitive, competitive.
It's easy for Emily.
For Emily, it's
Thank you for the compliment, Ferry.
okay, very good. So I think let me see, Emily, let's see, maybe this one.
Ambitious.
Yeah.
B. Ambitious.
Ambitious, not ambitious, ambitious, ambitious.
Wow, David is the best.
Yeah, well,
Makes it sound nice.
well, if you, so just a quick tip here. If you don't know, exaggerate all of them. Okay, so for example, which one sounds better? Charming or charming? I exaggerated both of them.
First,
Yeah, charming. You are very charming, not you are very charming. Charming. Okay, so it's charming. Goes up and then down. Okay, so let's see. I think we got the basics. Okay, maybe this one because it's different in Spanish.
Modest.
Yeah.
In the first one, modest.
Exactly.
Charmin is a brand of tissues in Mexico, and the pronounce is Charmin. Charmin.
Charmin.
In Spanish, Charmin.
Well, that's it. In Spanish, they changed it. They put the accent here. Charming.
Charmin. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, so modest, because in Spanish it's modesto, right? So
modest. Yes.
Modest. Okay, good. So we can skip this one. Okay, just it's important to think about it sometimes, because we just train not just the spelling, not just the grammar, but the intonation. Okay,
but we train the brain. I mean,
yes.
even as a musician, like it makes you think differently.
It makes you think differently, you know, and language is it's very similar to music. You know, you have different languages and the flow is different.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to Italian, it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. You know, English also, it's not as much as Italian, but there is sometimes goes up, but most of the time it's down. Most of the time it's pretty level, but sometimes, you see, sometimes it goes up and then it goes back to the middle. Okay, so that's an important part of speaking. Now we are going to go to our second conversation. Okay, our last conversation of the day. Okay, and actually we're going to change a few times. Okay, because we have a lot of questions, so we are going to speak with different people here. Okay, so that you can speak to everyone in the group. Okay, so just go through the questions. Make sure that both people can answer the questions. So sometimes you do partner A this question, partner B this question, but now you have time. So you can both answer the question. Okay, you don't have to take turns. One question one, the other question the other. You can, you know, both people can give their opinions on every question. Okay, so let's join our second partner, and then in about 5 or 6 minutes, we will change partners. I will change you. Okay, so don't get scared if you are in a new room. Okay, don't get scared. It just means that I changed you. Okay, so very good. Join your partner for this. All right, hi, Ada.
Hi, David.
All right, hi.
Are you ready for the waiting?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I still need to buy my ticket, but I'm going to buy it soon. you know,
Okay.
like, I still haven't bought it because I was waiting for my visa.
Okay.
But now I went to the office yesterday and everything is fine.
When will you receive the visa?
Oh, it's already finalized. I pick it up like in 3 weeks.
Okay.
But it's a visa to live here, not to travel.
Okay.
But because, you know, right now there's a big refugee crisis in Europe.
Mm.
So right now it was a little bit complicated, but they said everything is good. So, you know, I will plan it. I will plan, you know,
Okay.
it's going to be very exciting.
Thank you.
Very exciting.
Me too. Me too.
Good. So Arat, tell me this question. What are 3 things creative people might do?
I think the creative people are who have a lot of imagination and they create a new things. I have one in my family. Fania is very creative, and she always begin before than another people.
Really?
She thinks a lot of things about the tendons and about the tendons in the clothes, in the heart.
Oh, I see. Not tendons, the trends.
Trends. Sorry, trends. Yes, I remember trends. Trends. She always, her ideas are very new from another people.
Really? Very original.
Very original.
Wow.
I think these kind of people, they have a lot of imagination,
Yes.
a lot of new ideas. And she told me, I received a spot in my mind.
Wow.
And I think I have to do the hat with this ornament or with is tree. Depends.
Of course.
But I think she is very creative.
That's right. What are some other things that they do? So she thinks about things before. What are some other things that, like other creative people?
Imagination, good
Imagination.
ideas,
And what?
Vanguard ideas. I don't know how to say
Vanguard.
vanguardista.
Yeah, vanguard or innovative.
Okay, innovative ideas.
Good. Okay. And what are some other jobs that they can do? So they can be artists. What other jobs do creative people have?
I think all kind of job.
Okay.
Because one person creative is a good element in a fabric, in wherever kind of job, because they are very intelligent, they are very brilliant ideas.
Mhm.
And I think they are very good for all kind of types of job.
So instead of fabric, I would say factory.
Factory.
That's right. Okay. And what kind of things might a very charming person say or do?
I think that charming person is very kind,
Mhm.
very friendly,
Yes.
very enthusiastic,
Yes.
and nice people, good good character,
Right.
and mood, a good mood.
Good mood.
A lot of things good.
A lot of things. A lot of things. Yeah, they have to be in good mood. They have to have. And what are some the more specific? What are some? Both you talked about the character of charming people. Now let's talk about the actions, specific actions.
Action is the person who helped you,
Okay.
the person who listened you,
Also listens to you.
listen to you. Yes, listens to. When person listen to you, help you, and they do a lot of things that you feel better.
Mhm. I see. I see. And in what ways is being ambitious a good thing? Is so being ambitious.
Yes, I think it's a very good character.
Or a character, say character trait. Character trait.
Trait. Character trait. For example, my brother-in-law, Pepe, is very ambitious, but he's a good man.
He's a very good man.
He's protector of his family, and he wants to do more because he wants to give his family everything that they need.
So give everything to his family.
To
Give-
his family,
Not give
to his family,
give everything to his family.
to his family.
He wants to give everything to his family. Yes.
Yes, and I admire him because he's 80 years old and he has plans. Always he has plans. And
Wow.
it's a very good
And he still works.
way to, it's a very good way to live his life.
Right.
Because
he
I
still-
think
he still works.
we
Right.
what?
He still works.
It still works, but he has a lot of plans to do. And I haven't, no. Yo tuve pasado, ¿verdad? I had a brother-in-law beside Rafael,
Mhm.
and he was 50 years old, and he told us, I have a little time to live. I don't do anything because my end is closed. And he died 2 years ago, and he was 65. And I think we have to plans. We have to have plans for living, because it's a good choice, because it's a way to live more time, because
Keep
when
your
you
mind.
have plans, you have a brilliant mind, and you have goals in your life.
That's true. That's very good. Very good. So, so Ada, I'm gonna put you for a few minutes with Ferry so that you can practice speaking with him.
Okay.
Okay? So, very good speaking. Good ideas. Amazing ideas. You speak very well.
Thank you.
You speak.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. So you're going to go with Ferry. Okay, and Emily's gonna come here. Okay, perfect. Good evening, young lady.
Good evening.
All right, what was the last question you discussed with your partner, young lady?
Oh, we were talking about being sensitive.
Hmm.
Is it a bad thing, or why it's a good thing?
What do you think? Is it good or bad?
I think that I'm very sensitive, and in some situations I see other people, and I know that they react completely different than I react, and I can't change myself. I still the way I am, and I think that it's not very good, because I mean, maybe you don't need to be so sensitive, because it ruins your life in some ways.
Yes.
But at the same time, I think for people who take care of elderly people or animals, it's very important to be sensitive. Or if someone works as a doctor, and they need to have this sensitivity inside their hearts.
Right.
But I mean, like if you work as a soldier, for example,
Right.
and I mean, you kind of regulate other things with the army or something, then you can't be sensitive, because I mean, like you won't, you are not going to win.
That's true. That's true. Yeah,
What do
you,
you
you
think?
can't. No, I think it depends. Of course, I like the fact there's some people that are not sensitive, and like they can be soldiers, they can be presidents, they can be politicians, and then we have some sensitive people, and they can be, good. They can be good at others' jobs. Even good artists, good because they're sensitive. They're connected to their emotions, and if you're connected to your emotions, then you can be creative. Now, the next question that I have for you is, do you like people to be modest about their achievements? Why or why not?
And modest is when you're, I don't know,
When you don't show off.
what you think, or
No, like when your achievements is what you did. So for example, if you have a very successful company, and you have a lot of money, if you're modest, you dress normally, you don't talk about the billions that you have. You're just like, hey, I'm just a normal guy.
yeah, I think that I do like people when they are modest, and I kind of respect them, because I think that like other people need to see who you are, and you can't like just like show everything, and oh, I'm so good, and I'm so rich, or I'm so successful, I'm the best or something. I really like when people act normally.
I see. Yes, when they don't show off.
Yeah, when they don't show off.
And do you prefer when people are diplomatic or when they are direct?
Oh, it's a difficult question, actually. In some situation, I prefer when people are very diplomatic because
So not diplomatic, but diplomatic.
when they're diplomatic, yeah, because they don't hurt you.
That's
But if they are direct, I mean, then like you know exactly what they think, and maybe you got a really nice feedback, but it hurts and it makes you sad, and maybe you know about your errors or problems. That's why they don't need to kind of go into your business.
That's right. That's right. Great, great idea. All right, everyone. Okay, so great lesson. Okay, you talked a lot about people, different characteristics, different character traits of different kinds of people. So we're going to continue talking about people. So if you like people, and if you like to talk about people, then you're definitely going to want to continue, you know, working hard on this this unit. Any questions before we finish? No? Okay. Okay, great. Well,
Thank you.
thank you.
So much.
You
Thank you very much,
Bye,
David.
guys.
spoke very well.
See you later.
See you
Bye
later.
bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.